Hey, before you skip this episode, let me ask you one quick question. Have you ever met someone who looked absolutely amazing, like really, really beautiful, but after 2 minutes of talking to them, something just felt off? And then, have you ever met someone who was not the most beautiful person in the room, but somehow you could not stop looking at them? Yeah, that feeling has a name, and today we are going to talk about it. Stay with us.
Welcome back, everybody. You are listening to Mr. English Podcast, your favorite place to learn real, everyday English through real, honest conversations. I'm James.
And I'm Emma. And James, before we even properly start today, I just want to say you look very confident today.
Oh, thank you. I wore my lucky socks.
Your lucky socks. Okay, sure. That is the secret to confidence, everyone. Lucky socks.
Hey, do not laugh. These socks have carried me through 3 job interviews and 1 very scary first date.
I have so many questions about that date, but we will save that for another episode.
Please, yes, let us save that forever, actually.
Okay, but first, a big welcome to all our new listeners joining us today. We're so happy you're here. And if this is your first time with us, this is a podcast made for people who are learning English. We talk slowly, clearly, and about things that are real and interesting, so you are in the right place.
And if you are already a regular listener, welcome back. You already know how we do things here. Easy words, real conversations, and Emma saying something that embarrasses me at least once per episode.
That is not a podcast format. That is just my personality.
Fair enough.
Okay, but seriously, if you enjoy this podcast, please subscribe to Mr. English Podcast right now. Whether you're on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, wherever you listen, just hit that subscribe button. It really helps us reach more English learners all around the world. And share this episode with one friend today. Just one. Send it to someone who's learning English or someone who needs a good, honest conversation. The channel is Mr. English Podcast. Easy to find, easy to share.
All right, now let's get into today's topic because honestly, this one is so good. Today, we're asking one big question. Why does confidence feel more attractive than looks? And which one actually matters more in real life?
And I already know people have very strong opinions about this.
Oh, very strong. Some people will immediately say looks matter most. Be honest, first impressions are about looks.
And some people will say, no, confidence is everything. Looks fade, personality stays.
And both sides have a point. That's what makes this conversation so interesting.
Exactly. So today, we're not here to give you one perfect answer. We're here to have a real conversation, share some real stories, and help you think about it yourself.
And along the way, you'll hear lots of simple, useful English words and phrases, words that people actually use every day in the United States and all over the world.
Yes, and at the end of the episode, we'll go through some of those words together nice and slowly so you can really learn them.
So grab your coffee, get comfortable, and let's start talking.
Okay, James, let me start with something very simple. When you see someone for the very first time, what do you notice?
Honestly, I notice how they carry themselves, like how they walk, how they stand, before I even really see their face properly.
Really? That's interesting, because most people say they notice the face first.
I mean, yes, the face is there, but what I really remember afterward is the energy. Does that make sense?
It does. It really does. Because I think we all notice looks in the first second, right? That's just human. Our eyes go to what's beautiful or what's interesting. That's completely normal.
Completely normal. Nobody is pretending that looks don't matter. They do. If someone walks into a room and they look amazing, people notice. That happens.
Yes, and in America especially, there's so much attention on appearance. The way you dress, the way you look, social media, all of it pushes this idea that looks are everything.
But here's the thing. In real life, after that first moment passes, something else takes over. And that something else is confidence.
Yes, and I want to talk about that because I had a real experience with this. Can I share a story?
Please, yes, go ahead.
Okay, so a few years ago, I was at a work event, like a company party, nothing too fancy. And there was this guy there, and honestly, he was very good looking, like very. Nice face, tall, well dressed, the whole thing.
Okay, okay. Continue.
Stop it. Anyway, so I was curious. I thought, okay, this person seems interesting. So I ended up talking to him for maybe 10 minutes. And within those 10 minutes, I noticed something. He kept looking around the room while I was talking, like he was searching for someone more important to talk to.
Oh no, that's such a bad feeling.
Right? And he answered my questions in like 2 words each time. Very short, very flat. And at one point, I asked him what he liked to do in his free time, and he said, and I remember this clearly, he said, I don't know, stuff.
Stuff. That was his answer?
Stuff. That was his answer. And in that moment, I looked at this very handsome person and thought, wow, you have become so much less interesting in the last 9 minutes.
9 minutes. Not even 10, you counted.
I counted. And it was not that he was rude, he was not mean or anything. He just had zero confidence in conversation. He seemed uncomfortable, like he did not want to be there. And that uncomfortable feeling just spread everywhere.
And that is exactly what we mean when we say confidence matters. Because a person can look perfect on the outside, but if they seem uncomfortable with themselves or cold or closed, that feeling travels.
It does travel. You feel it. Even if you cannot explain why, you feel it.
Yes. And I had my own experience too, almost the opposite situation. I was at a coffee shop maybe 2 years ago now, and there was this woman sitting near me. She was not what people would call, strikingly beautiful. She looked normal, friendly, regular.
Okay, go on.
But she was talking to the person at the counter, and the way she spoke, she was so warm, so easy. She made a small joke. The counter person laughed. She laughed. No big deal, just a quick moment. But then she sat down and started working, and I noticed that every few minutes, someone near her would just kind of smile in her direction or start a small conversation with her, like people were just drawn to her.
Because of her energy.
Because of her energy, exactly. She never tried to get attention. She just had this calm, open, happy way of being, and people felt it.
That is what real confidence looks like. It is not loud. It is not, look at me, everyone. It's just a quiet comfort with yourself.
Yes, a quiet comfort. I like that.
And I think a lot of people get confused about what confidence actually means. They think confident means bold, loud, always talking, always taking up space.
Right, like the person at a party who tells everyone how great they are.
Yes, and that person is actually often not confident at all. They are performing. They are working very hard to seem confident.
Which is the opposite of what real confidence feels like. Real confidence doesn't need to perform. It's just there, quietly, naturally.
Exactly. And that is why when you meet a truly confident person, it feels so refreshing because they are not trying. They're just being.
Okay, so let us go a little deeper here because I want to ask something that I think a lot of people think about but don't say out loud. Can a very beautiful person actually lose attractiveness because of low confidence?
Yes, 100% yes.
Like, is that actually real or is it just something people say?
No, it's completely real. And science actually supports this, by the way. There are studies that show people rate someone as more attractive when that person seems confident, even if their physical features did not change.
That's wild. Same face, but confidence makes it more attractive.
Yes, because attraction is not only a visual thing, it's an emotional thing. When you're near someone confident, you feel safe, you feel comfortable, and those feelings get connected to that person in your brain.
So your brain basically says, this person feels good to be around. I like this person.
Exactly. And the opposite happens too. If someone is very beautiful, but they seem deeply insecure or nervous or constantly needing you to tell them they're okay, that can become exhausting very quickly.
Oh, that's real. I've had friends like that where every conversation becomes about reassuring them, telling them they're great, you're fine, you're amazing. And after a while, you feel tired.
Yes, because it takes a lot of energy to constantly fill someone else's cup when their cup has a hole in it.
That's a great way to say it. Their cup has a hole.
Thank you. I thought of that just now. I was quite proud.
You should be. That was good.
Okay, but yes, insecurity can really pull people away. Not because the person is bad, they're not bad, they're just not comfortable with themselves yet. And that discomfort is very visible, even when they try to hide it.
And the sad thing is that a lot of beautiful people actually struggle with confidence because sometimes growing up being told you're beautiful becomes its own kind of pressure. Like now you have to keep being beautiful. Now your worth is tied to how you look.
Oh, that's such a good point. And I've seen that happen, where someone was told their whole life, you're so pretty, you're so handsome, and then they grow up and they don't know how to be interesting or funny or deep because they never had to be.
Because their looks were doing all the work.
Exactly. And then in adult life, when looks aren't enough anymore, they feel lost.
Which is actually why developing confidence is one of the most important things a person can do for themselves, not just for attraction, but for life.
Yes, for jobs, for friendships, for relationships, for everything.
Okay, so now I want to ask, how do you build confidence? Like what actually works? Because I think a lot of our listeners, especially English learners, struggle with this.
Oh, yes. English learners and confidence have a very complicated relationship.
Very complicated, because learning a new language already makes you feel vulnerable, like you're back to being a child who doesn't know how to say things properly.
Right. And in America, especially, English is everywhere. And if you're still learning, sometimes you feel like everyone is watching you, judging you, waiting for you to make a mistake.
But here's the truth. Most people are not waiting for you to make a mistake. Most people are just trying to have a conversation, just like you.
Yes, and this is so important to understand. The person listening to your English is not grading you. They are just trying to understand you, that is all.
And a mistake in grammar does not ruin a conversation, but freezing up completely because you are scared, that makes a conversation harder.
Yes, because when you freeze, the other person feels that tension. They start to feel uncomfortable too, and then both people are uncomfortable and nobody is having a good time.
Whereas if you just keep going, even if you say something slightly wrong, the energy stays open, the conversation stays warm, and people respect that so much more than perfect grammar with zero personality.
Completely. I remember when I was traveling a few years ago, I met a man at a restaurant in Mexico. His English was honestly quite basic. He used simple words, he made a lot of grammar mistakes. But he was so confident and so warm. He spoke slowly, looked me right in the eyes, smiled when he did not know a word, and just found another way to say it. And I thought he was one of the most charming people I had ever spoken to.
Because he was comfortable. He was not apologizing for his English, he was just using it.
Exactly. He owned it. That is the word. He owned his English, even the imperfect parts.
And that to me is real confidence. Not having everything perfect, but being okay with where you are right now while you keep growing.
Yes, and that's actually a beautiful way to think about confidence in general. It's not about having everything figured out. It's about being at peace with yourself, even when things are not perfect yet.
So let us talk a little bit about what confidence looks like in everyday life. Because I think sometimes people think of confidence as this big, dramatic thing, like a superhero walking into a room.
Cape and everything?
Cape and everything. But real confidence is actually much quieter than that. It's in the small things.
Yes, like making eye contact when you're talking to someone.
Yes, that one is so simple but so powerful. When you look someone in the eyes, it says, I'm here, I'm listening, I'm comfortable being seen.
And the opposite, looking away, looking at the floor, constantly looking at your phone, sends a very different message, even if you don't mean it that way.
Another small thing, the way you sit or stand. I know it sounds silly, but your posture says so much about how you feel about yourself.
It really does. When someone stands straight, shoulders relaxed, head up, they seem much more confident than someone who's all curled up and small.
And I used to be that person. Like I used to walk into rooms with my shoulders almost at my ears, like I was trying to disappear.
Really? You seem so confident now.
Thank you. I worked on it. I made small changes, I practiced, and slowly, the outside change actually helped the inside change too.
Oh, that is so interesting. So you changed how you moved your body, and then you started to feel more confident?
Yes, because your body and your brain talk to each other. When you hold yourself in a confident way, your brain actually starts to believe it a little more.
That's actually a real thing. Researchers have talked about this, how your body position can affect how confident you feel inside.
So sometimes the path to feeling confident starts with simply acting a tiny bit more confident on the outside.
Yes, fake it a little, not in a dishonest way, but in a give yourself a chance way.
Exactly. Give yourself a chance. That's a good way to say it.
Okay, I want to bring up one more thing before we go to our word section, and that's the difference between confidence and arrogance. Because I feel like some people are afraid of becoming confident because they think it will make them seem arrogant or rude.
Oh, yes, that fear is very real, especially in cultures where being humble is very important.
Yes, and in many places, especially for women, there's this pressure to be small, to be quiet, to not take up too much space. Because if you do, people might call you arrogant or too much.
Which is so unfair because there's a huge difference between arrogance and confidence.
Huge! So let me explain. Arrogance is when you think you're better than other people, when you look down at others, when you don't listen, when you always need to win.
An arrogant person walks into a room and thinks, these people should be lucky I'm here.
Yes, exactly like that. Whereas a confident person walks into a room and thinks, I'm happy to be here. Let me see who I can connect with.
The energy is completely different. Arrogance pushes people away, confidence draws people in.
And a truly confident person is not threatened by other people's success or beauty or talent because they're secure enough in themselves.
Yes, a confident person can say, wow, you're really good at that, and mean it genuinely without feeling like that takes anything away from them.
Whereas an arrogant person hears someone is good at something and immediately wants to compete or dismiss it.
So confidence is actually connected to kindness and to humility, which people sometimes don't expect.
Yes, the most confident people I have met in my life have also been some of the most kind and humble people because they don't need to put others down to feel good about themselves.
They're already okay with themselves, so they have room to be generous with others.
Exactly. And that generosity, that warmth, that is what makes someone truly magnetic. Not their looks, their whole way of being in the world.
Okay, so to bring this all together, we started by asking, why does confidence feel more attractive than looks? And I think we have found a real answer today.
Yes, looks get attention in the first second. They open the door. But confidence is what makes people want to stay in the room with you.
Because confidence changes how you feel to be around. It creates warmth, it creates safety, it makes people relax, and all of those feelings become connected to you in someone's memory.
And confidence is also something you can grow every single day in small ways. Unlike looks, which are partly just genetics and luck, confidence is something you build through choices.
Through practice, through trying things that are a little scary, through being kind to yourself when you make mistakes.
And for our English learners listening today, this applies to your language too. Every time you try to speak English, even when it is hard, even when it is imperfect, you are building confidence, real confidence, the kind that shows.
And one day you will notice that people are not just hearing your words, they are feeling your confidence, and that will make all the difference.
That was really nice, James.
I know, I've been saving that for a while.
Worth it. Totally worth it.
Okay, everyone, let us now go into our word tour. This is where we slow everything down and look at some really useful words and phrases from today's conversation. Listen carefully, repeat with us, and try to use these words this week.
Ready? Let's go.
Our first word is carry yourself. This means the way you move, stand, and present yourself to others. It shows how you feel about yourself on the inside. For example, she carries herself with such confidence. Or, the way you carry yourself tells people a lot about you. Repeat, carry yourself.
Carry yourself.
Good. Next word, drawn to. This means to feel naturally attracted or pulled towards someone or something. For example, people were drawn to her warm personality. Or, I felt drawn to his calm energy. Repeat, drawn to.
Drawn to.
Next, insecure. This means not feeling sure or comfortable about yourself, feeling like you are not good enough. For example, he seemed insecure even though he looked confident. Or feeling insecure about your English is very normal at first. Repeat, insecure.
Insecure.
Next phrase, own it. This means to fully accept and be comfortable with something even if it's not perfect. For example, she owned her mistake and moved on. Or own your accent, it's part of who you are. Repeat, own it.
Own it.
Next, magnetic. This means so interesting or attractive that people feel naturally pulled towards you. For example, there was something magnetic about the way she talked. Or his confidence made him feel magnetic to everyone in the room. Repeat, magnetic.
Magnetic.
Next word, posture. This means the way you hold your body when you sit or stand. For example, good posture can make you look and feel more confident. Or, I started working on my posture and it really helped. Repeat, posture.
Posture.
Next phrase, take up space. This means to feel comfortable being present, speaking, and participating without making yourself small. For example, you have every right to take up space in a conversation. Or, confident people take up space without even thinking about it. Repeat, take up space.
Take up space.
Next word, reassurance. This means words or actions that make someone feel less worried or more sure about something. For example, she needed constant reassurance from others. Or, a good friend gives reassurance when you feel nervous. Repeat, reassurance.
Reassurance.
Next word, genuine. This means real and honest, not fake or performed. For example, her smile was genuine and warm. Or, people can feel the difference between genuine confidence and fake confidence. Repeat, genuine.
Genuine.
And our last phrase for today, be at peace with yourself. This means to accept who you are without fighting yourself or feeling bad about your imperfections. For example, when you are at peace with yourself, others feel it. Or, building confidence is really about learning to be at peace with yourself. Repeat, be at peace with yourself.
Be at peace with yourself.
Beautiful. And that's our word tour for today. 10 really useful words and phrases that you can start using right now.
And remember, learning these words is not just about language. It's about understanding how people think and feel. And that understanding will help you connect with people in English in a much deeper way.
Yes, because real communication is never just about words. It's about connection. And confidence is the bridge that makes connection possible.
Okay, before we close today, I want to ask all of you something. And I really mean it. Please answer in the comments. In your real life, which has mattered more to you? Looks or confidence? Have you ever changed your opinion of someone because of their confidence? Or lost interest in someone because of their insecurity?
We want to hear your real stories, your honest opinions. No hiding behind "it depends" today. Give us something real.
Yes, real answers only. The comment section is your space. Use it.
And if you enjoyed today's episode, please subscribe to Mr. English Podcast right now. If you're on YouTube, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss a new episode. If you're on Spotify or Apple Podcasts, just follow the show. It's free and it helps us so much.
And share this episode with one person today. One person who is learning English or one person who needs a little confidence boost. Send them this episode. The channel is Mr. English Podcast. Easy to find, easy to share.
Because the best way to grow is together. And we're building something really special here.
We really are, and we're so grateful you're part of it.
Okay, last thought for today. And I want you to really hear this one.
Go ahead.
You don't have to be the most beautiful person in the room. You don't have to have the most perfect English. You don't have to have everything figured out. But if you can walk in, be yourself, be kind, be present, and be a little okay with who you are right now, you'll be the most attractive person there, every time.
Okay, I really liked that one.
Thank you. I thought of it this morning in the shower.
The best ideas come from the shower. That's a fact.
A universal fact. Okay, everyone, that's it for today. Thank you so much for spending this time with us.
This is Emma.
And this is James.
And you've been listening to Mr. English Podcast. Keep speaking, keep growing. And remember, confidence sounds better in any language.
See you next time. Bye.
Bye, everyone.